Beyond the viral spike, the strategic architecture of YouTube longevity. Capturing a viewer's attention for 5 minutes is a tactical win. Maintaining that attention for 5 years is a strategic triumph. In an era of algorithmic volatility and content saturation, most creators suffer from a spike and decay cycle, bursting onto the scene with a viral hit only to watch their engagement metrics wither as the trend shifts. The difference between a fleeting moment of relevance and a sustainable career is the transition from managing a passive audience to leading a thriving online community. To escape the plateau, you must move beyond the upload and pray mentality. The most resilient channels on the platform don't just produce content, they build brand equity through a sophisticated blend of authenticity, format agility, and community ownership. Achieving long-term growth requires an architecture that stabilizes your audience retention cycles and protects your reputation against the inevitable shifts in digital consumption habits. Vulnerability as a growth engine. The instinct for many creators is to project an image of curated perfection. However, from a growth strategy perspective, perfection is actually a barrier to entry. Long-term retention is built on the high ROI of authenticity and transparency. Sharing raw, unfiltered experiences such as travel mishaps or financial failures adds a layer of realism that fosters a deep emotional bond with the viewer. This isn't just about being real, it's about establishing a credible brand identity that can survive mistakes. As the data suggests, viewers can detect insincerity. Whether you are reviewing high-end products in the fashion niche or offering investment advice, honesty is your primary currency. Transparency protects your most valuable asset, your reputation. Once a viewer feels a creator is performing rather than participating, the trust-based bond dissolves and the cost of reacquiring that audience member becomes prohibitively high. The longevity paradox: trends versus evergreen content. The most successful digital portfolios balance two distinct content types to manage both immediate growth and long-term stability. This is the dual strategy required to maximize your channel's lifespan. Trend-jacking is your engine for immediate growth spurts. By staying ahead of memes, breaking news, or seasonal trends, particularly vital in the pop culture and comedy niches, you capture the now. This injects fresh blood into your subscriber base. Evergreen content is your foundation for long-term views. While trends provide the spike, evergreen content provides the floor. In the how-to niche, for example, a high-quality tutorial on how to fix a leaky faucet will generate consistent traffic and revenue for years after the initial upload. A channel that relies solely on trends is a treadmill. A channel that relies solely on evergreen content risks stagnation. You need both to maintain a healthy audience lifecycle. Turning viewers into co-creators. To move the needle from broadcaster to community leader, you must invite your audience to become stakeholders in your creative process. This strategy effectively reduces churn by giving viewers a sense of ownership over the channel's success. Soliciting input is a primary driver of retention. In the food niche, for example, this might involve taste tests or recipe requests based on viewer suggestions. In the pop culture sector, featuring fan-submitted theories in a video validates the audience's intellectual investment. When a viewer sees their input reflected in the final product, they are no longer just a spectator, they are a co-creator. This validation creates a psychological lock-in that makes your community far more resilient than a standard subscriber list. Format agility and platform synergy. The greatest risk to long-term growth is format fatigue. Creators must remain agile to cater to diverse audiences and changing consumption habits. Stagnation occurs when a creator refuses to evolve beyond their initial hit format. Successful creators leverage platform synergy by using short-form content such as TikTok or Reels as a high-funnel discovery tool for long-form YouTube tutorials. Diversification is also niche-specific. Musicians should pivot between official videos, lyric videos, and behind-the-scenes footage to deepen engagement. Finance creators should mix in-depth tutorials with quick tips and real-world case studies to cater to different learning preferences. Comedy creators should experiment with skits, vlogs, and animations to keep the creative output fresh. The visual anchor of branding. In a crowded mobile feed, you have less than 1 second to win the click. This is where the visual anchor becomes a strategic necessity. Aesthetic consistency, from your thumbnail design to your specific video editing style, creates instant recognition. In niches like beauty and fashion, a consistent visual identity is what allows a viewer to identify your content before they even read the title. This isn't about repetitive design, it's about brand reliability. This consistency acts as a trust signal, streamlining the viewer's split-second decision-making process and ensuring your content stands out in an infinite scroll. The technical foundation, SEO and collaboration. While emotional connection drives loyalty, technical optimization drives discovery. To ground your abstract strategies, you must master the mechanics of the platform. Strategic SEO. Use relevant keywords in titles, descriptions, and tags. This isn't just for the algorithm, it's about ensuring your evergreen content is discoverable by the right intent-based searchers years down the line. Curated playlists. Organize content around specific themes to facilitate binge watching, which significantly increases your average session duration and signal boosts your channel. Cross-pollination via collaborations. Partnering with other creators is the fastest way to tap into established trust in adjacent communities. Whether in gaming, music, or finance, collaborations inject fresh energy and lower the cost of new user acquisition. Conclusion: the path forward. The path to YouTube longevity is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires the technical discipline of SEO and branding balanced with the emotional intelligence of vulnerability and community participation. By shifting your focus from view counts to community health, you transform your channel from a temporary hobby into a permanent digital institution. As you evaluate your next upload, ask yourself, are you simply broadcasting into the void, or are you providing the value and transparency necessary to turn a passive viewer into a lifelong stakeholder in your journey?